Welcome back to the Pod-1218. My name is Shat. Fuck. 3, 2, 1. Ah! Hi. Welcome back to Pod-1218. My name is Matt. That is Sam. And we are literally doing this right now, dude. We're literally recording this podcast on a Wednesday night because...
Thursday.
Sam, you tell them who we are and what we do.
We're Pod-1218. We're just a couple guys talking about a couple of things. We're in Earth 1218. That is the Earth devoid of all supernatural and superhuman folk and things, theoretically.
Theoretically.
Yep. Got a fun episode planned for you this week, so...
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. For everybody who tuned in last week, we talked about The Flash, and this week we're talking about Game of Thrones! Yeah, Sam, you want to get into the news? And then if you don't share the news that I'm thinking of, then I'll tune in afterwards.
How about you just straight up come out with the news that you want to share?
You're putting me on blast, and I don't like it.
First up, First up, we got some exciting news for one of Matt's favorite games. Marvel Rivals officially announced two new characters introducing. First is Rogue, second is Matt.
Gambit!
Yeah. You know how long I've been waiting for this? And possibly a third one, Cyclops.
Yeah, I heard about that
in the trailer. A lot of people have been speculating that he might be another addition. They did add 4 characters with the Fantastic Four, so why not throw in 3?
Well, I heard, Sam, that they're going to be possibly throwing in an extra at the mid-season break between the first half and the last half, because it is coming up on 1 year of Marvel Rivals, so it'd be like a little bit of a way of giving back to the fans, that kind of stuck it out. And I believe also they came out saying that they would give out like 2,000 of the currency to use for like skins and stuff, like just out to the player base to collect. So that would be awesome if they did that, because I love skins.
Yeah.
That's why I can't play Fortnite anymore.
Fortnite has so many skins.
Yeah, I had 4 skins. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Alright, what's next? Is there anything else you want to say on that topic?
Not on... Well, I guess continuing with Marvel, we got exciting news for the next saga of the MCU. The Russo brothers are to oversee the overall saga story after Secret Wars, meaning we'll probably get a more coherent story over the next saga. I think they're doing X-Men next. The Mutant Saga is next, so that'll be exciting. I think it'll be a lot more streamlined than what they were doing with the multiverse, but I think they just had a little bit of complications thrown in their plans.
Yeah, but... Sam, I do gotta ask, what other sagas could they really come out with after Doom and then the Mutant Saga?
I mean,
bring back Galactus?
They could do something like that.
They could finally do Kang after enough time has passed.
Possibly.
Just do a different Kang, even though the Kang thing got pruned.
One of the big Marvel villains is, I think his name is the Collector. I don't know if that's in line with Secret Wars or whatnot. I'm not too familiar with the...
Collector, wasn't he in... What was it? He was holding onto the Reality Stone, wasn't he? Played by Brad Pitt? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I don't think it was Brad Pitt.
No, it was Javier Bardem. Right?
You Collector?
Javier Bardem. I could be wrong.
Benicio del Toro, maybe?
That's what I was... Javier Bardem is the guy from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah. Looks like he
Benicio
does play the Collector. He might take on a bigger role, too.
That's true.
But they could do something with that as a saga. I mean...
So, like, the sagas are just, like, of main issues.
Yeah, you know how, like, the first one was the Infinity Saga, where it was, like, the Infinity Stone type thing?
Yeah.
I'm sure they could do, like, a I don't know a whole lot of Marvel sagas in particularly, but I'm sure they could do a bunch more.
And they could also just make their own, too.
Yeah,
So
because
we could eventually, within the next 30 years, see, like completely brand new things, or even with the comic runs that are actively coming out all the time. We could also see just like a full-blown reset and then a redo of everything just in a different light.
They were talking about doing a reset, and I just saw something that was speculation that there could be, if they do a reset, it might take place on the Fantastic Four Earth 828. So that could be something where, like, you know, all of our heroes are kind of flung into this world where it's super technologically advanced, but it's not the same Earth that they know exactly. So, but yeah, that could be something.
Very interesting.
Yep. Another piece of news, Alan Ritchson is officially in talks to join the DCU. He has been quoted as saying he's interested in playing a dirtier role, so he could be either a villain or an anti-hero of some sorts. That would be exciting. One way to find out for sure would be to have James Gunn on the podcast.
James Gunn, I'll treat you real nice. I'll treat you real nice. I know we know you're watching, James Gunn.
Yeah, we know you're one of our 45 viewers who watches our podcast.
Yes, so. Yes. Before we continue, thank you so much to the 9 subscribers and followers on Spotify and the 5 on YouTube. You guys actually help me keep coming back to this, because if we didn't see any growth, I think I would lose interest way too fast.
I think it's still a fun thing that we like to do.
It is really fun, because it's also like just a dedicated time where I can talk about stuff I like with my friend that I've known for years.
Oh yeah, and if you're not already, be sure to follow us on Spotify, so that way you can watch the episode before we announce it, and
for sure.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, turn on those notifications so that you get the update of when the next episode drops.
For sure. And we do post the clean version on YouTube, just because YouTube is a bit more strict with their policies.
Yeah.
And Spotify has all the nice fun words that I like to use and stuff like that. So
all the fun jokes we like, fun innuendos. Some of the innuendos I keep on YouTube, but just because they're innuendos, they're not anything direct.
Yeah.
But
I did want to ask though, Sam, who do you think Alan Ritchson would be good for? I've seen people speculate Batman.
Yeah.
But he's like crazy stocky. Yeah. So unless they're doing like a Batman, what is the new run called?
Oh, Absolute Batman?
Yeah, Absolute Batman. If they did him as Absolute Batman, that'd be awesome. I think he could also play a really good like blue collar worker for Bruce in Absolute Batman, because as you know, Absolute Batman is the blue collar Bruce Wayne. Blue collar Bruce Wayne, and his parents never died, or at least they were never shot. So yeah, but I think that he could possibly play Constantine, John Constantine.
Ooh, that would be a good pick.
He's got that grittiness to him, you know?
Yeah, my immediate thought was Slade Wilson or Deathstroke. Yeah. I think he could pick up the mantle pretty well. I know, what's his name? Joe Manganiello? Yeah, Joe Manganiello?
Joe Manganiello?
Yeah. He played Deathstroke as a brief cameo. He pulled it off pretty well, and the guy in the CW, he pulled it off as well. So, I mean, if it's Alan Ritchson as like a dirtier kind of anti-hero type role, I think he could pull that off.
How did DC get away with doing Slade Wilson?
The CW?
No. How did they get away with doing that? Because Deadpool Wade Wilson came first.
Did he? I thought Wade Wilson came after.
I might be wrong.
Hold on, let me check.
Typing up a whole paragraph, dude.
Deathstroke did come first.
Okay.
And then Deadpool is kind of the ripoff of Deathstroke, both the play on words and the name as well.
At least it's not Roy G. Bigelow.
Yeah.
Or Purple Man. Okay, yeah. You could continue, though. I was just curious who you thought Alan Ritchson would be a good fit for. Do you think he'd be a good fit for Deathstroke?
I think so. I mean, he's got he's got the kind of menacing like stature and attitude.
I don't think his voice fits him though.
Yeah, he's almost too friendly of a guy in
Yeah,
my eyes. But I mean, he could pull off Jack Reacher pretty well, so I mean, he's
true,
kind of intimidating in that aspect.
true, and he's awesome. I love Alan Richson.
Yeah, so
I liked him in what was that, Blue Mountain State or whatever. He's just like, where? Who took my bucket?
oh yeah, yeah.
I have yet to watch that, but it looks so funny.
I've seen clips of it. It looks hilarious.
But yeah, you may continue. So I'm in a asking questions mood. I feel like I am
No,
just
that's-
usually on the sidelines for the news.
That's bad.
No, I almost spilled my Pepsi Zero. Not sponsored.
Unless
I love Pepsi.
Anyway,
Sam, move on.
another piece of news. Just the other day, we got a new trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
That we did.
I liked the first one. The first one was a lot of fun.
It was, yeah.
And along with the trailer, we got two casting announcements. Brie Larson as Rosalina and Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr.
I gotta ask, how did you feel about the Bowser Jr. acting in the trailer?
I thought it was pretty good. I haven't seen a lot of Benny Safdie's roles acting. The one role I did mainly see him in wasn't Oppenheimer or anything. It was Happy Gilmore 2.
Fair enough.
But I think he has the skill. I'm excited to see the direction he takes Bowser Jr.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, too, did you notice the Prowler sound in the trailer? Is that not, Marvel specific?
I don't...
Is it not the Prowler sound?
It might be similar to the Prowler sound. I don't know if it is. It did sound very similar. I noticed someone else pointed that out as well. So
Yeah, I was just kind of curious on, what that was about. If it was just, an Easter egg because he put on a mask or whatever. He's like, give me back my dad. But I have no idea.
yeah,
But, I don't know. I saw a lot of discourse about his voice online. I'm saying that it does not sound like Bowser Jr. And I want to know, in what have you seen Bowser Jr.?
yeah. I mean,
That's my question for you people. What specific things, other than TV shows, maybe, and maybe one game, has Bowser Jr. or any of the kids of Bowser talked? Ludwig, any of them?
I think that would be
wait.
cool if they threw although it is Super Mario Galaxy, they're probably gonna do more Easter eggs with the Galaxy games than they are with the little Bowser Jr. henchmen guys, whatever they're called.
Koopas?
Yeah, Koopa boss things.
What? He has 7 kids. They're his kids. Are you talking about Bowser Jr.?
Wait, they're all his kids?
Yes.
For some reason, I didn't know that.
There's Ziggy, Iggy, Bowser Jr., Ludwig, and then
Yeah, isn't one of their names Wendy?
it might be, but I know Ziggy and Iggy, Bowser Jr., and Ludwig.
Well, I guess, yeah, they are called Koopalings. Larry, Morton, Wendy, Iggy, Roy, Lemmy, and Ludwig.
I guess Ziggy does not exist. Yeah, Roy, Morton, Wendy, Ludwig, Iggy, Jungkook,
I guess
V,
they are Bowser's kids.
J-Hope, Jimin, Suga, Jin, RM. I think that was all the BTS members. I don't know. I might be missing one. I feel like there's always one that I miss. There's 7. Jungkook, Jimin, Jin, V, RM, Suga. That's 6. Anyways, so do you think at the end of the movie there's gonna be because Yoshi's egg was the post-credit scene after the movie had ended, was Yoshi's egg cracking open. Do you think either in this movie or hopefully the third in the trilogy they will do an illusion excuse me, Jesus, they would allude to possibly them receiving a letter with a smash symbol in the mail, especially with the new Legend of Zelda movie coming out?
That's hard to say.
I would for a Smash Bros. Movie.
It would be cool. They'd probably have to do like some of the original characters, or like just a small amount of characters though, just because how many live action like Smash Bros characters are there? There's
Sonic. We're about to
Mario.
have Legend of Zelda, which is 2 of them. Actually, depending if they have Palutena, that could be 3. There's Ganondorf, so that's 4. And then Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy.
Bowser.
I don't think Daisy was in the first one. Bowser, Koopaling.
We'd see. I'm kind of hoping they go more either towards like a Yoshi's Island story, or I've seen some people wanting like a Paper Mario story line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Odd. I want a Mario 64 storyline where they jump into the paintings.
That could be cool too. Yeah.
And then at the end of Mario 64 3D, because it'd be like Mario 3.
Super Mario 3D.
Super Mario Bros. Three's a company. Anyways, yeah, I would love a Smash Bros. Movie because, you know, obviously there is like a main bad guy in Smash Bros. It's not just a platformer fighter.
Yeah.
It's there's actual like powers that be in there. There's the giant hands and then the angels.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So it can be super cool, super awesome, and interesting to see a movie. So if they make a standalone movie for like Star Fox and like Kirby, I mean technically there's been Street Fighter movies.
Yeah, we do get
there's been a Minecraft movie.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Jack Black is both Steve and Bowser. Would he voice both?
I don't know. How no? But I don't think that you would have to do Steve with Jack Black in that. Also, you don't even have to include Steve, really. I was just bringing it up because he was in the game. You could realistically just do the base characters and be fine. Like, why bring in Sora? Why bring in, you know, Sephiroth, Steve, anyone? Terry. You don't need those people, I don't think. And if anything, a Super Smash Bros. Would just open the door for single movies for all those people.
Yeah.
So, give us the Nintendo-verse. Nintendo?
We do have a live-action Pikachu, so they could throw Pikachu in there with a round.
Detective Pikachu. That is true. That is true. And, you know, I would love to see, like a I don't even know, dude. Like, they got the Inklings, they got Kirby, Samus, you know, for, like, Metroid.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, like, it could all work out. I don't know, I think that a movie between them all would be really interesting. And it could be like the Monsterverse. Ooh. Godzilla and Smash went.
Like, Ridley?
Yeah. If they want the Switch 2 to do as good as the Switch 1, if it hasn't already, they need to release a new Smash.
It might.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Legacy, and then they
just
bring
keep
back all
throwing
the
on
legacy
title
characters.
words.
Yeah, or they could just do not Ultimate, but Ultimate's kind of like, you know, like the pinnacle, right? Super Deluxe Ultimate Edition Legacy variation, the game.
HD texture pack.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any other news you would like to cover?
Yeah, I got one more on my end.
Okay.
Steam announced a new family of hardware releasing in early 2026.
Yes,
We
it
got the
did.
Steam Deck, the Steam Controller, the Steam Frame, which is their VR set, and we got the Steam Machine, which is their version of a console. You can play Steam games on any TV, any screen.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I
Which
think,
means you can play any game, really.
yeah, I mean, besides
Assuming that
Nintendo.
PlayStation would send a Nintendo, and then PlayStation needs to send more IPs to Steam, and then you're golden. But the thing is like, it's $400. It's
Yeah.
instantly better than Xbox and PlayStation combined, because you get Xbox games with it, you get PlayStation games with it, and you get access to all the Steam library, you know? There's literally no point to have any of the other ones. Other than maybe, like, to watch shows, you know, with like, Netflix and stuff like that. But even then, it's pointless. Just get, like, a Roku remote, you know, like a Fire Stick.
Oh yeah, for like TV and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I said Roku. That's a TV,
Yeah,
not the Amazon Fire Stick. I'm cheesed. I'm not even, like, under the influence of anything. I don't know what's going on. I keep like going and spouting information that I can't even back up, and then I sit here and I'm like, "What, Sam? I have some news as well. Today we had just gotten the Fallout Season 2 trailer, quite literally not even 10 hours ago. That shit was awesome. I'm so excited. I watched the entirety of Season 1, you should too. Season 2 looks fantastic, and we saw our first look at a Deathclaw, our first sound of what I presume to be a super mutant, and a Rad Roach. So, we're eating, dude. And also, Mr. House. I'm just gonna keep name-dropping until we get somewhere, dude. Like, it's awesome. I'm so excited. Have you seen Season 1?
I've seen clips of it. I haven't watched it fully, but I have seen clips of it.
Watch it, or else. You know, I sometimes wonder how you live, because what do you mean you don't watch peak fiction? I've seen clips of it. Get off your phone and interact with society.
Yeah, sure.
Meanwhile, follow my TikTok page. Also,
we're going to be posting clips?
We're going to be posting clips for you to watch so you don't have to actually click on the podcast. And then, yeah.
Do you have any other...
But yeah.
Any other news
Season 2 of that... let's see. We already talked about Gambit and Rogue being added. I don't think that there's anything else per se. I had just heard that for the Detroit Lions, every time there is a Thanksgiving game for the Detroit Lions, Eminem will be performing the halftime show from now on until 2027. I could be wrong. I just heard that from a secondary source, so I don't know if that's true or not, but...
It could be. I've heard that he's in collaboration to run halftime, not perform halftime shows, but he's in charge of like the performance for halftime shows, but I could be wrong too.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Eminem will serve as an executive producer for the halftime show each year through 2027. Yeah, he's the executive producer, I guess. I thought he was going to be performing every time. That'd be awesome if he did.
Yeah.
He's going to at least do the first one of the line, I feel. Because, like, Shabuzi last year was just kind of ass. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even remember it. I vaguely remember it, but I don't remember it a whole lot.
No one really ever remembers the Thanksgiving halftime shows. It's all Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And also,
even
those are the only two
Bowls.
Games that have halftime shows. So
even the Super Bowls have not been as good quality lately.
What was it, Kendrick Lamar last year?
Oh, that one was alright.
I loved that one. Anywho, yeah,
bring back,
so I don't know.
Creed.
Don't bring back Creed.
Yeah, bring back Creed.
Don't
Creed,
do that.
I know you're watching. I know you're watching.
Creed is not watching. Creed is not watching. You know who is watching? James Gunn. James Gunn, if you're watching, come on the podcast. Talk to us, please.
Yeah, maybe we can discuss putting Creed in your next movie soundtrack.
Fuck off. Creed does not need to be in there.
What do you have a problem with Creed?
It's not that I have a problem with Creed. It's just I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking
take me higher
to a place where blind men see.
They were in the that one Super Bowl commercial.
That one. There's been many.
Where they were stuck in the glacier, and Patrick Stewart threw Hey Arnold as like a football.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
That one was great.
Dude, do you remember when we were robbed of the SpongeBob halftime?
Oh yeah, that was
in real time. They
didn't even play Sweet Victory. They played
a snippet of it. It was literally like they started Sweet Victory and then it went into sicko mode.
Yeah.
Don't forget to get your Travis Scott meal from McDonald's this season with the signature Cactus Jack sauce.
Yeah.
Didn't we get 100 chicken nuggets that night as well?
I don't know if it was that night. Maybe it was. I don't know.
It was after Homecoming. Yeah. That's how young we are.
Yeah.
If you were curious.
We got 100 chicken nuggets from McDonald's, split up between 3 of us. And it was a total of, I think it was like $20. It was like $25 plus tax or something. It was like 27 something.
It was 20 pieces it was a 20 piece for $5.
Yeah.
So it was $25 for 100 chicken nuggets, and we did this right before the lobby closed, so they were really happy with us.
And then we sat outside under the hood of one of our cars Or
Yeah.
under the trunk of
Under
one of our cars.
it was the hatch. And then we just listened to Country Roads.
Yeah.
This is dating us a little bit. Sam was a band kid. I was just weird. So yeah, we listened to Country Roads on repeat while we ate our 100 chicken nuggets. Fun fact, Sam, later on after that, after waking up, because I went home and went to bed because we stayed up so late eating chicken nuggets, when I woke up, my feet were swollen with the amount of sodium I had taken in from eating all those chicken nuggets. I don't know if I ever told you that, but yeah, like I had pins and needles in my feet, and I was literally like, it felt like stepping on shards of glass.
No, you never told me that.
Yeah, don't eat, because what, my third would have been like 30 some odd chicken nuggets.
Yeah,
And
I think we
I
each
had
ate
some
like
of yours too.
we each ate like 30 or 33 or something. We gave some guy
Yeah.
one too, didn't we?
I think so. But it was after a football game, so like a lot of people were getting McDonald's too, so we really fucked them over, I think. I don't know. Don't do that. We also did it at Burger King as well, which is much cheaper than doing it at McDonald's, by the way. To do it at McDonald's, we had to do it when it was a deal going on.
Yeah. That was
For Burger King, they have 10 nuggets for what, $2 or something? It's super cheap. I don't know. But we did it from there, and then we got, I believe, Surge, when they had Surge back for a little bit, and it tasted like gasoline. It was disgusting, but I loved it so much. Growing up a Big Back, good times. Now I drink water and only drink, if I drink soda, it's zero sugar soda, so eat healthier, otherwise your feet will swell up while you sleep.
Or don't. Who are we to tell you?
Or don't. Yeah. Honestly, I can't say what I was going to say. I had to stop myself. It wouldn't have been good on the Spotify or the clean version on YouTube.
We have to keep ourselves from getting canceled sometimes, so.
It wouldn't have even canceled me. It's just I had to K and then the letter Y and then the letter S is where I was going to go for.
Is what that's short for.
Keyboards. Yep. That's what we should say. Instead of doing that, keyboards. How about that? Keyboards.
Yeah, keyboards. Come on.
Hey, man. You're a waste of space. Keyboards. All right. Well, I don't think I have any more news. I quite literally just wanted to talk about Fallout Season 2.
Unless you want to talk about that. I don't know. Do you have arachnophobia?
I do not like spiders,
okay.
If that's what you're asking me. I hate spiders.
Okay. I won't mention it then. Just a quick arachnophobia warning for some of our listeners. Are you gonna throw
the fucking picture up or something? Are you about to say something about a spider?
Did you hear about the spiders?
Are you gonna talk about the giant spider web?
Yeah, the 10,000 foot or 1,000-foot spider web that people found in a cave. That's crazy.
The thing is, the worst part is knowing that not a singular spider could do that, but many.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're walking up to it and you're like, whoa, this is really dense. What spider could have done this? Honey.
Yeah,
Spiders. And they're here with you, currently.
Yep.
They're looking. They can see your ass. I specifically don't like spiders. I heard about that. I saw the video. I said, that.
Kept scrolling.
When I played Lethal Company, that was the worst part of the game, was the spiders. The second worst part was the Skinwalker mod that I had installed.
Oh, God.
Where the game would purposefully take snippets of your voice logs when you were talking to your friends, and then it would replay it.
That sounds so fun.
It is. It really is. And a really funny story from that too is there was a voice log of one of my friends saying, "Matt, where did you go?" So I heard that and I responded, nothing, and then a bracken showed up. So yeah, it was ridiculous. But with that game, I also was spending a lot of time just like trying to feed the thing, like voice lines and stuff. So I would be like, what the frick? Or something, or like I would do my fart sound just, and it caught a burp from that. It was like, and I heard that off in the distance, and then my friends laughing. Yeah, it was really funny. But with that game though, the spiders, I had to turn on the arachnophobia mode a couple times just because I can't with that. And arachnophobia mode, for the viewers that don't know what that is for video games, it's when the creator of said game is kind enough to make it so that the spider doesn't look like a spider anymore, and it's just like a couple orbs floating around. Really, it depends on the creator. I know for the game Grounded, that's what it was it's just like a floating orb with eyes and stuff. I don't know exactly. I don't remember what it exactly was for Lethal Company. It might have been the same thing. Or I think it might have just been like the stamp of like the word redacted or some. That'd be funny. But you don't have a problem with spiders?
No, I don't have a problem with spiders, don't have a problem with snakes.
What about bees?
The only problem I have with bees is that I'm allergic to them.
See, I don't know if I'm allergic to bees because I've never been stung, so I'm scared of bees because I don't want to be stung just in case I'm allergic. I also just don't like flying insects in general. There was one time where I was sitting on my lunch break. There was one time where I was sitting on my lunch break at work, and I had my windows down because it's the summertime. Sue me. And I'm eating my salad that I eat at work. I have a Caesar salad every day.
Caesar salads.
And yeah, Caesar salads are delicious. You say, you just started liking lettuce not even a year ago.
No. Okay, so yes, but I've always liked Caesar salads because they're simple.
Off.
No, I've liked Caesar salads. The
don't
only
wanna
problem
hear
I
it.
have with lettuce is that it tastes like peanuts.
It doesn't taste like peanuts.
Yeah, it does.
What does that mean?
That means
Peanuts
whenever
taste like peanuts.
that means
Lettuce
whenever
doesn't
I
taste
bite,
like anything. It
that
tastes
means
like
whenever
nothing.
I bite into a taco, it tastes like there's peanut butter in it.
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
If that's
Fortunately,
your...
I have not been tested.
You need to be, because there's no reason... Tacos don't taste like peanut butter if you have lettuce in it.
Yeah.
You delusional man. I don't know what your problem is, but that is not okay, and you need to get, like, a lobotomy or something. Like, something needs to change. But, no, like, I was just eating lunch, and then I heard something fly, and then smack right next to me in my passenger seat. Thankfully, my partner was not eating lunch with me on this day. We had to split up our lunches. We couldn't take them together because of, scheduling restrictions with our work. So they were still working inside and I was on my lunch. Something flew into my car and I heard it thud against my seat. I look over, I see something, I kid you not, like this big on my seat.
What is it, a cicada?
No, cicadas aren't even that big. If it was a
Some of them
cicada,
are.
I wouldn't have been freaked out. Because cicadas are just ugly and gross, not freaky. When it's something I don't recognize, that's when I freak out. That's why, like, if something flies by my face, I hit like a a dodge. Like I'm moving like Flash, or like Superman when Flash is zooming around him. I just go, or what does he do? He just goes, yeah. I pull that, but like super fast. So yeah, I hit a weave, but no, I look. There's something literally the size, like this size, on my seat, and I audibly say, "What the?" Really loud, windows down. I get the out of my car, and it's not like I have my windows all the way down. There's like this much of a gap in between my window and like the top of my car door. So whatever it was, it literally like by chance went right in there. I go out of my car and I'm literally like I can't get back in. My phone fell onto the floor of my car. I don't have ways to call for help. My keys are still in the ignition. Like, what the I go back in, like, tactfully. I'm, like, looking. I'm like, okay, I don't see it. So I snag my phone, and then I back up, and then I wait a little bit longer. And then I grab my keys, and then I go inside. And I go, I need help getting something out of my car to my partner. And they're like, what? And I'm like, there's a huge bug in my car. Long story short, we go out, we don't find it. I'm like, oh, thank God, it flew away. It did not. I go on to drive my car a few more times during that day because I have to go from point A to point B for my job every once in a while, at least once or twice a day. I have to go from one building to another. So I go to pick up my partner after I've clocked out of work. I pick them up. We start heading towards where we need to go. We're going to a friend's house. And we go, but we have to pick up so-and-so. So we drive to another city just outside of where we needed to be. He's not there. We decide, oh, well, we just wasted all this time coming here for no reason. let's just go get food. So we go get Culver's, right? Culver's really good, whatever.
Classic.
We drive all the way from point A to point B, overall over an hour and a half of driving. An hour and a half of driving just to not pick anyone up and just to get to where we needed to be a little bit later. We stop at Culver's, we're in the drive-thru, order my food, pay for it, waiting around the bend. My partner looks at me, there's something moving in here. This bug was big enough to move empty soda cans. So it was making and moving around. We freak out. We start freaking out. I have to wait in horror for my food because I can't just drive away. And I can't get out of my car right here because people are driving around trying to get out after they get their food before us because we order heavy. We finally get our food. I speed around this corner, making sure not to hit pedestrians because that would be irresponsible of me. I park in a zone that is not meant for parking. Sue me. I get the out of my car. My partner gets the out of my car. And I'm moving trash around on the floor trying to find this bug. There it is. Sam, do you know what a toe biter is? Look up a toe biter. Feel free to even put up a picture for the audience.
Oh, I will. Jesus Christ. It's a giant water bug.
That was in my car. Toe biters have a pretty strong bite force, hence the two big mandibles at the front. They latch on and then chomp. It's one of, if you watch Coyote Peterson, he was bitten by one of them for his pain index. I don't remember where exactly it fell. Let me see if I can find that. Coyote Peterson pain index.
Pretty big.
Toe biter. Okay, so it looks like, but this is the AI overview, so it could be wrong, but it says here that his pain index for it was very high, describing it as extremely painful and worse than a sting, with a throbbing sensation compared to dropping a brick on his toe. He allowed a toe biter to bite his big toe, causing it to bleed and feel like a deep, intense, and throbbing pain that made the toe difficult to move.
Yeah,
I thought that Coyote Peterson had a website for his pain index. Coyote Peterson pain. Most painful tarantula hawk bite sting index. We might have to cut out a good amount of this.
That's fine.
I'm not seeing it on here, but he did get stung by one or bit by one. So, yeah. Either way, yeah, he got stung by one or bit by one, and he said that it was pretty bad. Okay, well, yeah, there's that. Yeah, that thing flew into my car. Push comes to shove. I kid you not, I literally, destroyed this thing. I got my ice scraper. It's the middle of the summer. Ice scraper still stays in my car, though. I grabbed that, I whacked it a bunch of times, and then I cut it in half with the ice scraper, effectively decimating said bug, and then I picked it up with an inverted bag, and then flipped it, and then I spit on the bug to show that I'm the bigger man and it is nothing to me, and then I threw it away. Be an alpha, be like me.
Yeah.
I didn't give my consent to share housing with a giant bug. Anyways, so, Sam, do you want to move on to the topic? We've been talking already for an hour, I guess.
Yeah. We got Game of Thrones, the Iron Throne. Let's start with that. Not the... we'll get to that later. I was gonna say, let's start with the opening credits. What a banger opening credits.
I know! And what's really cool, I know that you just started it. I don't know if you'll continue it.
I might.
Because
we'll see.
We know how you are with fantasy. We've already crossed that bridge. But yeah, no, the opening credits, it changes over time. When you are introduced to new areas as well, those will show up in the, moving map.
Well, cool.
So it's really cool, especially areas that are important to the story for that season and stuff. So it's really awesome. But yeah, that banger of an intro song gets me every time, bro. Sometimes I just gotta hit an emote. I don't skip the intro, and I'll just be like, shit's fire. How do you like it? You like it?
Yeah.
The intro, at least?
Yeah, I like the intro, especially the first opening credits. I like the animation of everything, you were talking about the topographical maps and all that. Even just the logo itself is pretty good with the details on the different swords and all that.
Yeah. So before we get into asking me all the questions, because I know you got some stuff lined up for me, I gotta ask, being not liking fantasy, how many episodes have you watched and how do you like it so far?
I've only watched the first few. I like the first 2 or 3. I do like it a lot, especially I think this is a good way to like kind of get into the fantasy, you know. It really starts out pretty simple, you know. You get introduced to the areas, the characters, their motives behind everything, all that. It's not like you have to focus on like I mean, of course there are a lot of characters, but there's not like 100 million that you're focusing on. It's you know, you've got certain families in certain areas, certain kingdoms, all that. I do know some don't yeah, I can't talk. I do know some plot points throughout the series. Of course, you got the Iron Throne. Everyone's fighting for it. So
yeah, and it's awesome.
yeah,
I don't know. I love it. I love it so much.
yeah.
I don't know why it's so cool to me.
It is a very captivating show. Even the pilot, like, it really gets you hooked on some of the plot points. You've got some like mystery in there. You start out with some drama. The pilot itself kind of not necessarily ends on a cliffhanger, but like it has that kind of like how is this character doing?
Yeah, you definitely. We don't got to do like anti-spoilers. This show has been out for ages.
It's been out for a while, so I can spoil
for
it.
A few years.
Even that first episode was like, oh, did Bran even survive the fall? Like, I wasn't thinking he did survive it. Like, I was like, no way, a kid's gonna survive that high of a fall. And then it turns out next episode, end of the episode, opens his eyes and he's like, okay.
That's something I do like about the show is like. I feel like consistently, the end of an episode starts with the next episode. It's either like following something that ended for another group of characters immediately, that's like major, or it just brings you back from after the main thing that it just hung you on, and then it's just like, hey, here you go. Here's your answer. You've been waiting a week. But if you're like me, you just watch it back to back to back.
I like it too, because it's not like you're watching the same thing twice. So it's not like you're watching him fall again, or I guess in the second episode, the wolf getting killed. You're not watching the wolf getting killed again. So they just kind of continue on and then tell you, oh yeah, they kind of acknowledge, yeah, this happened in the previous episode, this and this and all that.
It's definitely captivating, both like thematically and with.
Yeah.
So many.
We can get into that next. This show is definitely something you're either gonna want to watch alone or with someone you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of R-rated scenes and
some X-rated.
Yeah. There was a lot of like certain scenarios where I wasn't exactly the most comfortable with.
Yeah.
Involving like, we'll just say, and
yeah.
A lot of that was kind of like, oh, this is a little weird, but
you're talking about Daenerys and her
brother
Khal Drogo.
Well, yeah, I didn't like. I mean, the great scenes are a little weird, but I'm talking about like, especially with like. Daenerys and the interaction with her brother, where he
he's feeling her up.
Yeah. Like what the I was like, okay, is this like this isn't really necessary, but I mean, it's just one of those things where you're like,
in a way, it is necessary. Maybe not to show it, but to like if they implied it, that'd be interesting. But this is not a show of implying.
Yeah.
This is a show of, here you go. How do you feel about this character now? I really want to check back in as you watch this, too. If you continue watching this outside of this episode, which I highly suggest you do, because it is a good introduction into the fantasy world. This was my introduction into fantasy, aside from, like, Skyrim and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. This was, like, the first, like, major, like, I'm watching this show. I'm enjoying this show. I'm, like, 100% sure that I really love this genre. Like, I want to check back in with you throughout because there's a lot of major plot points in the show. That I really want to talk to you about. Specifically, without like telling you what certain things are, I'll just bring up like what they're called. There's the Red Wedding. I really want to know how you feel about the Red Wedding when you get to that. If you plan on going that far, the Red Wedding I believe is either season 2 or 3, and then There is the Battle of the Bastards, and then there is some stuff with the Night King. But those are like when you're getting towards like season 5, 6.
Okay.
So, and there is 8 seasons, even though there's only 5 books of A Song of Ice and Fire. You can definitely tell when they started making their own decisions and stopped basing it off the book. That is all I will say.
Yeah. Have you read the
A lot
books?
of people, I own all of them. I have not read all of them yet, but
Okay.
I've been hearing a lot of, or I have heard a lot of, negatives about 6 through 8 because of the deviation from the main story told in A Song of Ice and Fire. Because for the most part, a lot of things are parallel from the books and stuff, aside from like obviously details and stuff like that, because obviously it takes a longer time to explain details in a book rather than just showing you on camera.
Right.
So obviously there's going to be a lot of exposition added and stuff like that, and more things that weren't originally in the book in the show, because if you literally just transcribe the book to the show, it's like 20 minutes one episode, maybe an hour one episode. That's it, and that's for one book. Either way, yeah, I 100% agree though. There is a lot of uncomfortable, touchy subjects in this, and there's still a lot to come for you if you're just talking about the first episode. Like, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about some stuff. And if you guys enjoy us talking about Game of Thrones, I'll make sure that Sam watches the entire thing and we can talk about it.
Yeah, but one of the questions I had for you was, you said you were how far in?
I believe I have left off in season 6 after either 5 or 6. Coming before I went on to like start watching all the Marvel projects and stuff.
Right. Now, I know a lot of people, I don't know the specifics of certain plot points, but I do know some people, like throughout the internet and the fan base, were divided based on the ending. Do you have any predictions or wants for an ending?
I don't recall who got the Iron Throne. I know I was spoiled on it. Thankfully, it's been long enough for me to forget, but I'm fairly certain. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't know if you've been spoiled, but it's one of the main characters. Shocker. I believe it's split up between, I'm not going to say actually, because with Game of Thrones, a lot of main characters that you think are going to be there for a while die, and it makes that apparent even in episode 1, especially with the throw off of like, oh, is Bran dead? Really? Like, they just kid right in front of me after he saw, or whatever you want to call that, brother, sister. But funny enough, I found out I might be, this is like a loose theoretical, I might be related to the guy who plays Jaime Lannister. Do you know his like full name? Not
off the top of my head. It is played by Nikolaj Coster-Waldau. Yeah. Is it Nikolai or is it Nikolaj?
I believe it's Nikolai. He's a Dutch man.
But yeah, I mean,
I don't want to give too much of my personal information away, but I definitely share a name with him.
Yeah.
Which one? Who knows? But yeah,
definitely,
I do share a name with him.
I definitely like that character. He's got like
I love his character.
Yeah, he's got like that charm to him that I really like.
Yeah, he does. And I think that if you continue watching, you'll like him even more. Less for some parts, but it's more of like a redemption thing. But I do have to ask you, I don't know if you were gearing up to ask me some stuff, but who is your favorite character so far?
Either Jaime Lannister or, I mean, maybe Tyrion Lannister?
Tyrion's the GOAT.
Yep.
Tyrion's the GOAT. Jaime's awesome.
I will say the one thing I get the impression of right away, the Lannisters have that like kind of sneakish, snakish vibe to them, where they're full of the trickery and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just how it is in some fantasy things and some fictional places.
Yeah.
The one guy I don't like immediately,
Theon Greyjoy?
No, it's think the Prince Rhaegar Targaryen.
The brother of Daenerys.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I mean, granted, from what you just told me, yeah, no one really likes him.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, he's a character. If anything, he plays his character very well, whoever the actor is, because he makes me hate that guy a lot. So,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you right now, no matter what we talk about with Game of Thrones, I'm just gonna have to tell you, and the thing you're gonna hear me say a lot is just continue watching the show.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say anything. I really don't want to say anything, and I'm going to try and keep it to season 1 specific, at least the first couple episodes, if I do talk about anything, because I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Okay. I mean,
assuming that you do continue to watch it.
I don't have a problem with spoilers. I've watched plenty of things knowing the spoilers about certain things, so I don't really have a problem with them.
I'll just, if it alludes to like certain characters dying, I will just say you need to watch the show.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know, just like you need to watch this play out is what I'm saying. Like, especially with him, you need to watch it play out because there's some good stuff with his character in it, a lot of good scenes. And then genuinely, like, my favorite character, you haven't gotten there yet. I don't know if he's been introduced at all. Super side character. Does not matter at all. My favorite character is Podrick. He's the squire of Tyrion Lannister in season 1, and he's awesome. He's just so awesome.
Looks like he's first introduced in season 2, episode 2.
Yep. He's awesome, dude. Speaking of Iron Fist, the guy who plays Danny Rand, is in Game of Thrones. A lot of people from Game of Thrones have ended up in Marvel works, especially as of within the last 5 years, especially with Eternals coming out. I mean, we got Kit Harington, I believe. Has Kit been introduced into the game, into Marvel?
Yes.
Was he a part of Eternals?
He's not part of the superhero group yet. He plays a kind of side character in Eternals. He's supposed to, I say supposed to, because it hasn't happened yet, and we don't really know what's gonna happen with it yet, but he's supposed to grow into this character called the Black Knight, I believe.
Oh, he's the Black Knight?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. I have yet to watch Eternals, so if it deals, you may not care for spoilers. I do. So like, try and baby me, like sugarcoat everything. I like seeing things for the first time.
I think
and stuff like that.
Not much happens with his character in Eternals. That's why I said he's kind of a side character.
Okay.
I think if anything, there's like a small Easter egg at like the very end of the movie.
Okay, but is he like played, like, is his character called like Black Knight, or is it like alluded to that he will become?
No, his character is called like Dane Whitman, like his alias in the comics.
Okay.
But I think it's alluded that he might be connected to royalty. I don't really remember. I haven't seen Eternals in a while. But yeah, that does actually lead me to my next question. A lot of amongst the iconic cast throughout Game of Thrones, is there anyone specific you would want to see casted in another project?
Whether it be
Marvel
or anything?
DC, maybe as a voice role in Invincible.
Ooh. So, people from Game of Thrones that would be good in a nerdy, like, comic book-esque scenario?
Yeah. Whether they're already in, like, a comic book character, like you said, Kit Harington, or Richard Madden is also in Eternals.
Yeah, he's Icarus, right? Yeah. Yeah, I do like Richard Madden in Game of Thrones. I love Robb Stark. Yeah, he is fucking awesome. I would love... Shoot. Who would I love? Obviously, you know, as much as he is problematic for, like, the little people in the industry, Peter Dinklage is a profound actor. He's a pretty good actor, whether people like him or not. I'd say I like him as an actor now. I used to really enjoy Peter Dinklage until I heard about his comments and, like, all that he's been doing to, like, kind of thwart the little people in like Hollywood and stuff like
Yeah.
that, because he refuses to play characters now, especially after Game of Thrones, that are designed to be little people. He is essentially, if you have made a character that is supposed to be a little person and you're trying to cast a little person to play that character simply because they're a little person,
Yeah.
he does not want to play that character. Especially if the script goes into talks of like, the struggles of being a little person. He doesn't want to do that, which causes a lot of disdain. He's one of the main reasons that they ended up casting full-grown people for the Seven Dwarves, and then after immense backlash for Snow White, they ended up just CGIing the people instead of just hiring little people for the Seven Dwarves. They just did CGI. It wasn't even supposed to be CGI in the first place. They were just going to do live-action, fully grown people. It's ridiculous. As Hollywood is, these people need jobs. And especially if you're literally casting for characters in an animated movie to be live action, they're dwarves, they're meant to be short, so it only makes sense. Cast little people to play the dwarves. There's plenty of really good actors and actresses to play said dwarves. Like, I don't need CGI all the time. Sometimes realism for live action is good.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not. That's part of the reason why I don't really want to watch the live-action Lion King or Mufasa movie.
I haven't watched them. I've also heard that it has taken a lot of the emotion out of the animals,
yeah, because they wanted to do realistic animals, but CGI'd, and shocker, a lion does not have a lot of emotion.
Why don't they just do a live-action kids Hamlet movie?
Are you being serious, or?
Yeah, how they do, not like Romeo and Juliet, that's live action, but I mean, how there's, live action movies that are based off of Shakespearean works? 10 Things I Hate About You is based off of Taming of the Shrew. Why don't they do something like that, but for Hamlet?
Or they did that modernized Romeo and Juliet, where it had, John Leguizamo and all those other people, and they were just quoting the Romeo and Juliet, but everything is modernized, so they have guns and it's kind of awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I really want to watch that again. But so to go back to the original question, because we've deviated so far from it, I think if I wanted any person to be brought over to the Marvel or DC or any comic related anything really, piece of media, I think that, I don't know if you've met him yet, but Samuel Tarly, whoever the actor is for Samuel Tarly, would be good in a more serious role. Who he would play, I'm unsure. I do know that The Mountain, I don't know if you've seen The Mountain yet. The guy who plays him is called Hafthor Bjornsson. Hafthor Bjornsson is a World's Strongest Man title holder.
Yeah.
And he's a bodybuilder. I think he'd be great for the Juggernaut.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
Yeah, that is a fan cast of mine. Hafthor Bjornsson already knows acting chops, so let's get him in there. We already have Pedro Pascal in there. Pedro Pascal was in Game of Thrones for a little bit. Let's see. I don't know if he was in it at all, because I also, until I see them actively in something, I don't know if they've been in anything. You know what I mean? So, prolific actors such as, the guy who plays the father of the Lannisters, Tywin Lannister.
Oh yeah.
The guy who plays Tywin Lannister, he'd be pretty good. I think that he would be good as possibly, I don't know, someone older for sure. I just don't know who. But he's such a good actor. And then, dude, there's so many good picks. Brienne of Tarth. So you don't know who Brienne of Tarth is? Literally, I'm name dropping that you're gonna be this character's awesome, or this character sucks, but in a good way. But the lady who plays Brienne of Tarth, if there was ever a Resident Evil Village movie, she would be perfect for Lady Dimitrescu. Look up Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah, I have the cast pulled up on my other screen. I could see it.
Yeah, she's tall.
Yep.
And she's beautiful, dude.
Yep.
In the show, she's a bit rugged because, everybody's dirty in the show.
Yeah.
But, and both Maisie Williams and Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones have been in a Marvel work.
Yeah.
Maisie Williams was in New Mutants, which was like a horror IP for X-Men. And then Sophie Turner obviously played Phoenix in both Dark Phoenix, X-Men Dark Phoenix, and X-Men Apocalypse. So, yeah. And we all know how well she did. The only reason I watched Dark Phoenix was because I had a huge crush on Sophie Turner because of Game of Thrones, actually. So, when I saw that she was going to be playing someone in Marvel, I was like, I need to watch this movie. I need to watch this movie when it comes out. And then it turned out being ass. So, yeah, don't watch Dark Phoenix. Save yourself some time. But yeah, so there's that. If I had to say people I don't want in anything, I guess I wouldn't want Peter Dinklage in anything really, other than maybe a voice role, because knowing him, he would just, not to be like anti-woke, but like Peter Dinklage, I don't know any prolific like little people in comics, and unless they can pull something off like really well, unless it's like a character disguised as someone else and the person that they're disguised as happens to be Peter Dinklage, I don't think he really works for anything other than his voice. Maybe if they made a really, really, really short Penguin, that might work, or something along those lines, but I don't know. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just like, I don't know where he would fit in. And knowing how he is about like, portraying roles and stuff, he would end up taking a spot that someone else who could more accurately fit the character would, he would take that spot instead. Like, imagine if Peter Dinklage played like Harry Osborn in the new universe, in the MCU.
Yeah. I mean,
it could work.
It could. I just
guess.
Think, like, I don't know how old Peter Dinklage is, but it just seems a little old for that role,
Yeah, that's
Peter
what I'm saying.
Dinklage is 56 years old.
Again, I think Peter Dinklage is like a good actor. I just don't know what I would want him in, other than voice roles in like a animated thing. Because obviously for the DCU, James Gunn has already said that Creature Commandos is canon to the DC universe that Superman is taking place in.
Yeah.
So, like,
I know they are trying to make some of the voice actors for Creature Commandos the same, like, actors that would be live action as well. But, I mean,
it's going to be hard. I think, actually, I'm going to hit you with some game here. So, Marjorie Tyrell, played by the that looks like a lizard that you were talking about one time. I don't remember her name. Natalie Port... No.
Oh, yeah. Natalie Portman?
Was it Natalie Portman?
Hold on. For some reason, I'm only getting... Yes. Not Natalie Portman. Natalie Dormer.
Yeah. Natalie Dormer, who plays Marjorie Tyrell, the chick who looks like the lizard from Rango. Also hot. Natalie, come on the podcast. I want to worship you.
Also, the lizard from Rango can also come on this podcast.
For real. But Marjorie Tyrell, imagine Polaris.
You said Polaris?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could see this.
Yup. Dude, it would be awesome. I would say that she would play her just because Polaris got some bug eyes in a lot of the stills that I've seen. But that's my fan cast. Or if not Natalie Dormer, Ella Purnell should play Polaris, I think. Trust, bro. I know ball, dude.
You know ball.
I know balls. Either that or Natalie Dormer should also either play Polaris or Elektra in the new MCU. Because I know that Jennifer Garner reprised her role as Elektra in Deadpool and Wolverine, but I don't care. Simply don't care. Jennifer Garner, like everyone else, is aging. We need a new young Elektra, especially... I mean, I know that we had Elektra in Daredevil or whatever. I've only watched the first 2 seasons because I haven't gotten to season 3 or Born Again yet, but...
She's maybe coming back. I don't really know. I don't know if there's been official news or anything like that, but we'll see.
God, dude, Jennifer Garner's hot as well, no matter how old she gets. Holy f***. She almost looks like a politician, though, so I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. But, yeah, so that's how I feel about that. A lot of the main Stark family, though, is already in the MCU, so I don't really feel like saying any of them, because unless they can give, like, a main MCU, like, role to Maisie Williams or Sophie Turner where they actually can work well, because I believe Maisie Williams was Wolfsbane in the New Mutants, but yeah.
Yeah, I know she was in
oh
it,
my god,
but
who the plays Magic in New Mutants? I don't remember her name.
this lady, played by...
Anya Taylor-Joy. Dude, that's like the perfect casting. She needs to reprise her role as Magic, because holy Also hot. I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely, every woman that's come into anything for Marvel has just been like the most beautiful woman ever. Anyways, yeah, so, yeah, you got my answer. What else would you like to ask me?
Now, we talked a little bit about this. Some of the deaths on Game of Thrones are some of the, I don't want to say reasons why it's very popular, but one of the things that Game of Thrones is widely popular for is killing off characters. So, in your opinion, is not your most favorite, but your least favorite death?
And you're okay with me spoiling. My least favorite death, Hodor.
That's understandable.
And also just like the entire story behind Hodor, super sad. Other than that, I don't know who you think, who you know, or who you think will die. Did you know that Hodor dies?
I do. I've seen a
Is
lot
that
of...
who you had in mind?
No, but I mean, this is just one of those movies where it's not movies, like TV shows where, you know, it's widely known for like killing off characters. So I was just wondering if you had a least favorite character who died. I know.
I also have a most favorite.
Who's your most favorite?
Joffrey Baratheon.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do not like Joffrey. I believe one of my friends told me this. He actually stopped acting because people hated him in Game of Thrones so much.
Yes. So, well, I actually read up on it. He actually, I believe, went back to school after finishing up with Game of Thrones. Finished school, got a degree in theater, and now he's pursuing like theater, like theatrical shows and stuff with a new interview that had just happened recently. Jack Gleason.
Yeah, that's good because I hear he's like a great actor and everything, but you know, people just hate his character on Game of Thrones so much that unfortunately...
Yeah, he clarified that he never quit acting due to abuse from fans. Instead, he shifted his focus to theater for a time and later returned to screen acting when he found roles he found interesting. So he came back to acting, but he's much older, looks a lot more, mature now. So if he does return to like on-screen acting, I think he could play a really good bad guy. Just I don't know who he would play in like an MCU or DCU situation.
Yeah.
I do know that he is my favorite death, though, by far. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just say both times I've watched it, because I've seen that scene twice while doing a watch through, mainly because I had to restart so many times. Once I got to that, though, I was kicking my feet, smiling, being happy, and that was probably my favorite part of the entire show, I'm going to be honest. Joffrey Baratheon, dude. Genuinely. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, buddy?
No, to be honest, I don't have a lot more on my end. Was there anything else you wanted to pop in for our viewers?
Well, I mean, considering, this is one of your first, like, real delves into fantasy, I'm really excited to see how you like the rest of the show, if you intend on watching it, and continuing. It's very, I'm very proud of you for taking this step. I know that you did it just because of the podcast, but, this is a big step for someone of your liking.
Yeah. I mean,
because
I'm still trying to pinpoint exactly what it is I'm unsure about with fantasy, but, we're working out the issues.
Yeah, I really hope that you can enjoy this show, further than just the first couple episodes. because it does get you hooked in. And if you're this, interested in it, and you said that, it's fairly easy to get into, I think it'll be a slip and slide for you from now on then. Because a lot of times the people can't even make it past the first couple episodes. Whenever I tried getting my stepdad to watch it, he said that he couldn't get past the first 2 episodes. It was just so slow, and I'm like, wow.
I mean,
really? And he loves the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies.
I think like the slow part is like it's a good like kind of build up, for the characters and all that.
For real. I just don't get it. I can understand that, maybe you don't. Some people, like yourself, don't like the fantasy setting. They don't like medieval stuff. I love that shit. I eat it up. I spit it out, and then I eat it up again. It's delicious. I love every aspect of it. I love that it doesn't just jump right in, and it's like, boom, dragon magic.
Yeah.
Boom, nothing. It's just a gradual increase.
Yeah.
Foreign affairs, political tension, back alley deals, stuff like that, where you're seeing characters live up to like expectations of said characters and, certain like, just cliches. And it's kind of fitting for a lot of the characters, and it's really nice to see that like, on screen. And also it's just like, these aren't all the main characters that you're going to get for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
There's plenty more characters that will be introduced. There will be times where you're like, I don't even know where we're at right now, but I'm in for it. And it's just, as you get further into the show, it gets to a point where it's like, we have all the characters now that we need for the ending. So it's just like a gradual, like, okay, here we go, build up to the ending now. So I genuinely can't like explain how excited I am, because like I said, I do want to like check back in every couple episodes with you and do like a little like, we share what we've watched recently, and like our thoughts on it. But if you could give the show like out of 5 stars right now, what would you give it?
I mean, it's definitely like either a 4.5 or above. I mean, it's super simple to get into. It's not too complex at the start. I think the cinematography, that's another thing I didn't get to touch on. But the cinematography is just beautiful. Like the different landscapes, all that kinds of stuff. Like I said, there's some things that are like, it gets me uncomfortable, but I mean, that's just how it is. But yeah,
I mean, in a land governed by kings, in a monarchy, stuff slips through the crack. Guards are going to be bribed, stuff like that, where it just ends up happening because there's no technology to keep track of people. There's no nothing, so bad shit's going to happen. And there's not really anything you can do but stare on in horror.
Yeah, you can either continue watching or just be like, ah.
Yeah. I did want to try something with you before we stopped and spin the wheel. How would you feel about doing a house quiz to see what house you would be in, just for fun?
Okay.
What Game of Thrones house are you quiz? I'm not going to show my screen or anything, but I'll just ask you the questions, just to get you more into the lore.
Yeah.
And this could be present tense for you, like in season 1, or it could be in the future, because more houses do end up showing up. Come on, BuzzFeed. Can we? Okay. Jesus Christ. Why is it like this? What is going on? BuzzFeed, dude. Okay. Which quote would you take as your house's words? I'm gonna say the quote, and then when I am going on to the next one, I'll say next, okay? I'm not standing still, I am lying in wait. Next. All we have to decide is what to do with this time. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Next. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Next. Our fate lives within us. You only have to be brave enough to see it. Next. Action is eloquence. Next. There's no place like home. Next. No matter how the wind howls, the mountain cannot bow to it. Next. It is a tale told by an idiot, fully of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Next. One must therefore be a fox to recognize the traps, and a lion to frighten the wolves.
I think I'm gonna go with the Fate.
Fate one?
Yeah.
I gotta find which one that was. Did I say Fate at all?
Yeah, you said it's not.
Our fate lives within us,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so I'll click that one for you. I hope that it registered. I'm gonna assume it did. Yes, okay. Choose your weapon. Do you want a battle axe, a sword, a shield, a bow and arrow, a spear, a spiked flail, a dagger, harpoon, or words?
A bow and arrow.
If you could have any magical ability, which would you choose? Legendary strength, flight, pyrokinesis, precognition, healing, unimaginable speed, the ability to speak with animals, invulnerability, or control over weather.
I guess either flight or invulnerability. I'm gonna go flight.
People often accuse you of being humorless, manipulative, uncouth, boring, lewd, reckless, intimidating, aloof, or unstable.
That's intimidating. And
Who the is it?
most of the time it's because of the beard.
Gotcha. What would you reach for first at a feast?
You.
Roasted quail, arbor wine, honey cake, blueberries with cold cream, almond crusted trout, beef and bacon pie, brown ale, toasted chickpeas, or crab stew.
I guess the honey cakes.
Fair enough. Honey cake kinda goated. What would you name your firstborn? Ormond, Miria, Quellin, Brienne, Baron, Visenya, Edmund, Elise, or Lionel? You're from Michigan, you're gonna do Edmund for Edmund Fitzgerald.
No, I think I'm gonna do Lionel.
Like Richie. Lionel, no Richie. Which would you want most in your castle? A glittering grotto, lush, expansive gardens, fountains and swimming pools, an impressive throne, a protective moat. I don't know why a moat would be in the castle. Breathtaking views, a grand dining hall, misty weathered bridges. Again, don't know why that's in the castle. Or a jousting arena.
I'm gonna go with the views. I'm a big view guy.
Yeah, it's kind of goated. Finally, how will you ensure the survival of your house? Would it be by fostering peace? Or isolating ourselves from others? Or through our ancient traditions and cultures? Or strategically timed marriages and alliances? Serving honestly and honorably? With lots of heirs? Through victory in battle? Sheer willpower? Or the systematic elimination of my enemies?
What were the first couple ones again?
Fostering peace, isolating from others, ancient traditions and culture, strategically timed marriages and alliances, or serving honestly and honorably. That's the first 5.
I'm gonna go with isolation, I guess.
You got House Aaron. The Aarons are proud lords of the Vale. So that's where Littlefinger was at, and Ned Stark's wife.
Wasn't this the first king who died in like the beginning episode?
Yes.
Didn't they say like Aaron passed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's where Ned Stark's wife is from. She's from House Aaron. The Knights of the Vale are among the finest warriors in Westeros, though the Aarons prefer to keep out of military conflicts unless they are directly threatened. Because of this, the Aarons are perceived as useful, if somewhat cold and distant allies. So, kind of goated.
Yeah.
I'm going to do mine, because I want to know what one I am. And then we can go on to spinning the wheel.
Are you gonna...
We're already at about... I'll read it out again.
I was gonna say, are you gonna read it through, or just click through it all?
I'll just actively say what I'm picking. So, which quote would I take as my house's words? Probably... Why is it being like this? Again, BuzzFeed sucks as a website. Let's see. I'll probably do no matter how the wind howls, the mountain cannot bow to it, because I'm very stout. You know, you gotta roll with the punches. You can't let things take hold of you. For me, I would rather choose a morning star as my weapon. So the closest thing would be a spiked flail, because it's just a morning star with a chain attached to the ball. So I'm going to do that. That's my favorite medieval weapon, is a morning star. If you could have any magical ability, which would you choose? I would probably have invulnerability or the ability to speak with animals. I'm probably going to do the ability to speak with animals because that's kind of goated and I like talking to people. So just give me more things to talk to. People often accuse me of being I'm not humorless. I'm not manipulative, really. I don't know what uncouth means, I'm going to be honest.
Let's see. Lacking good manners, refinement, or grace.
Okay, and then what does aloof mean?
Aloof? That's like silly. Not friendly or forthcoming. Cool and distant. Guess I was wrong.
Then maybe reckless, I guess. Because I take a lot of, I do a lot of stuff without really thinking about it, or I say things without thinking about it. So I'll do that. If I were at a feast, the first thing I'd reach for would be the honey cake as well, I'm going to be honest. What would you name your firstborn? I'm going to go with probably Quellen. That looks like awesome. Love Q names. Quinn, Quellen, Q Ball. Which would you want most in your castle? Probably a glittering grotto. Do you know how awesome that would be? So awesome. And then, how would I ensure the survival of my house? Probably by fostering peace. I don't like war. Oh, I got House Tyrell. How awesome. So I'm in the house with the lady that looks like a lizard, Marjorie Tyrell. They're upper class, I guess, so I'm just rich and a good rich person, actually. Oh, but apparently there's skilled political and social manipulators. Interesting. So it's just calling me a upstuck piece of shit, I guess. Maybe I just view them differently because of the but I feel like we're forgetting something.
Yeah, there was something. I think there was.
It was
something in my
big.
notes I forgot to talk about.
It was big. I thought.
What was it?
Was it a piece of news?
You know what it is?
What? Holy dude, it's back! It's back! Holy. Is it still undamaged? Is it still unopened?
Yep, still sealed, still unwatched.
Who's it directed by? No one that matters. Morbius is.
I can't even read the box, dude.
It's that damaged. It's that sun bleached, dude.
Who directed Morbius?
I don't know.
Daniel Espinosa.
You, Daniel Espinosa. What the were you doing?
Who else? What else did he direct?
He directed me to hating the movie, that's for sure.
He made some pretty decent other movies.
What other movies has he made?
He made Safe House. And he made Life, that 2017 Alien movie.
Well, I don't care. He made Morbius. He's tainted in my mind. So let's go on to the wheel. Shall we? Let me make sure I get the screen shared here. Welcome to the wheel.
The wheel.
Last week we took out obviously the Game of Thrones. I put in Subnautica because I forgot to talk about it again.
Goated game.
You guys got to remind me to talk about Subnautica. But if we get it, then I'll definitely talk about it. Let's give it a little spinny roo.
A little spin of the wheel.
Oh.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
No shot.
Oh. That'll be exciting.
I can't wait. Because I can talk about how awesome Moon Knight is.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop presenting. Goated. So yeah, thank you for chilling and talking to me about something that I was super into a few years ago and then got back into within the last couple years and then stopped watching again because I will end up finishing it eventually.
Yep.
It's just, it takes so long.
Yeah.
It takes so long.
I mean, that's how it is with some things, you know. We're not experts in anything.
That and like House of Dragons is coming out, and they're already on what, season 3?
I think so. Either season 2 or season 3 already. But you know, some things like this, they just take time to watch. They take time to take it all in. You know.
Yeah, and sometimes they even need like a few watch throughs and stuff. So
yeah,
who knows? But I know that I need to go and chill because holy. Me and Sam have been on a call for probably an hour before recording.
Yeah.
Just talking and making small talk while I make noises and act weird. We have a profile picture in the works, so that's going to be awesome once we get that, up. That should be up hopefully by the next episode airs, so this one or the next one, it should be up by then, hopefully. And then we'll be making a TikTok and an Instagram for the pod as well, so we can upload the clips there instead of on our home pages, but we can still, probably repost them on ours.
Yeah.
especially since I have such a larger following than Sam, because I'm awesome and goated and cool and sick and awesome.
Yeah, I'm just here.
Let's just face it, you're watching this because of me.
And me.
I'm joking. No. Yeah, both of us. Alright, well, Sam, you wanna wrap this up for us?
Yeah, sure. You can find me over on Instagram or TikTok. I am the Style Guru 52. I talk about men's fashion, men's style, fragrances, and also about the podcast. So, I'm gonna be goated. Gonna get a couple more topics in as well. So, Matt, where can they find you?
I stream on Twitch. I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/slothy streams. Currently playing through Subnautica. I'm also going to deviate into Dispatch because I want to play that before the hype dies. And I also just want to play it for me because I like Telltale games. And yeah. You can also find me on TikTok at slothyboy with I's instead of the Y's. So it's going to be SLOTHIBOI. I'll pop up. You'll see my beautiful face. And then you'll see my content. So yeah. Thank you for chilling with us. Thanks for coming to our universe, and thank you for universe hopping with us, honestly.
Yeah. Been a lot of fun. We look forward to more.
We appreciate all of you, and we would also appreciate some suggestions. So if you have a suggestion to put into our wheel, we will put it in, and I hope that you will suggest some stuff.
If you have watched all the way to the end of this episode, be sure to follow and turn on notifications for the dropping of the next episode. Sometimes it drops late at night, and we don't have a chance to post about it until the next day. So if you do get a chance to listen to it, you'll be one of the first viewers to check that out. So
for sure. We're still learning, guys. I'm sorry. We're still learning.
Yeah.
We're still trying to get into a good flow of things. But I think I'm going to learn how to edit so I can take some of that sweat off of Sam's back.
Yeah.
I'm going to lap it up with my tongue. Anyways, so yeah, thank you for chilling with us. This has been Pod-1218. And I've been Sam, that's Matt, and we're gonna go chill now.